It's not his first time giving this presentation.
Oh, I like it. So, and that's what we want to hear from someone, their experienced version of their presentation. Yeah, any other comments on how he used those techniques?
I should make some more exercise on home maybe.
Yeah, it was good. If we had more time, I would go a little bit further because there's still a little bit of pacing going on. So let's think about zip, zap, zoom, stable stance. But some good improvement, just initial go at it. Excellent. Go ahead and have a seat, Fatih. All right, David. I mentioned this idea that your eyes looked a little bit nervous. Did I mention that, or did I just think it? Yes. Okay. So I wanted to bring you up to do a combination of things. I wanted you to feel more comfortable and relaxed by leveraging those zip, zap, zoom exercises. That you're just here having fun, exchanging important information, the same way we were exchanging that physical zip, zap, and zoom. The other thing I want you to focus on is eye contact 5 to 10 seconds at one person, and I think that's going to calm you down a little bit, and I think that's going to just allow you to be a little bit more revealing. So let's give it a shot. Whenever you're
Are
ready.
you pointing to people?
No. I'll trust your judgment on it.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'll be giving my conclusion speech. My conclusion speech will be about internships and how they are beneficial for the success of businesses, and how also internships are beneficial for students to gain valuable work experience. First, for students to gain valuable work experience through internships, they can use that experience to boost their resume. They can also use internships to network with potential job employers and also potential...
Good. I'm going to stop you there. All right, what do we think? Good. I thought it was brilliant. It was excellent. The eye contact, I think, engaged us more. But there was another interesting thing that happened when he was making consistent eye contact. Is his language was a little bit clearer. Maybe in the first run, maybe it was towards the end, but I felt that there was a little bit of complicated language. Maybe it was when you were getting into sourcing the facts. And one reason I wanted you to come up for the eye contact exercise is when you look into someone's eyes, it's easier to remember that you're explaining it to someone who needs to understand. Any other thoughts? How'd that feel?
Felt good.
Look good? Felt better?
Yep.
Still look a little nervous, but you managed the eye contact very, very well. And we've got a good start in terms of a little bit more of that zip, zap, zoom type of exchange. So good stuff. Go ahead and have a seat. All right, what else do we got? Oh, let's see, Danielsa. All right, do we have Tisha, Orlando, Amanda, David, Maxine, a little wondering. Okay, so Danielsa, sorry. Danielsa, what exercises resonated with you tonight? Tell me about it.
I kind of feel more secure, like more comfortable looking at people, you know.
Okay, so let's give it a shot. Why don't you come up and...
I don't know if I remember that.
All right. 5 to 10 seconds at each person.
My presentation is about which is the better way to travel by train or by plane. As you guys know, traveling by plane is the fastest way to get from one place to another.
Okay, let's stop you for a minute. All right, good eye contact. Stay up there. Good eye contact. You're doing a little bit of pacing still. So let's think of feet planted. Good zip, zap, zoom position. So there's going to be some movement in your upper body, but your feet won't move.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what? I'm going to direct you with eye contact if that's okay.
Okay.
So I'll point at who I want you to be looking at. Feet stable. And whenever you're ready.
My presentation is about which is the better way to travel by train
or by plane. As you guys know, traveling by plane is the fastest way to travel from one place to another. Traveling by train is very convenient because you can buy airlines tickets online and by phone. However, it's difficult to get to the airport because there's a lot of traffic and you will have to deal with long lines and we'll have to deal with, we'll be subject to random searches.
Good. Let me stop you for a minute. All right, so take a breath. We're probably done. What do we think? Feedback for Danilsa. How did those changes help or hurt the impact of her presentation? Maxine?
Well, the fact that you removed the cue card, it actually escalated the entire presentation.
Yeah, so made it better.
She focused on us as opposed to focusing on, or trying to hide behind. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She focused on us, and she really let her personality out, I would say. And she had a lot to say. Even though you stumbled a little bit with the words because I'm throwing some different instructions at you, that didn't matter to me. I mean, even though you got a couple of the words wrong, I was still getting something valuable from you. Yeah, and
Practice.
and I think you can watch the video. I think you strung together some very consistent sentences that made a very powerful presentation. And we didn't get that many sentences from you, like uninterrupted with looking back and forth from the cue card when you gave your first run of the presentation. So I think what you gave us there was something that you can work with. Even though it was nerve-wracking, it was a really good start on making a more powerful presentation. Okay, have a seat. Thank you. Thank you for being a bit thorough. Okay, last. Maxine, what did you think of the zip zap zoom exercise? just wondering. Just curious what you thought.
I should get it right now. It was.
All right, okay, why don't you come up?
Yeah.
Come up.
Dag. Okay.
All right, well we'll do a quick zip zap zoom like you and I. Let's zip back and forth. Zip. 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 Good. Okay. So let's get in that good stable stance. Give me a slight bend. See how you're kind of leaning this way a little bit? Yeah. Slight bend in the knees. There. Okay. Zip zap zoom us some important information about the glass ceiling. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. So what I would like to talk about first is. Okay, guess what?
You could, but that was a pretty good beginning.
Really?
You didn't see that? Okay. She was engaged, and I was engaged.
Oh.
Go for it.
Okay. So what I like to talk about is the glass ceiling between women in the IT industry. And I would like to list 3 different ways on how we can try to break through that barrier. The first way is to educate younger women, give them access to computers, push them towards science and mathematics. The second way is to be a little bit more in tune with new technologies, new software that's coming out. Keep your education
Good.
knowledge
I'm
up.
going to stop you there. All right, what do we think?
Good.
It's good. All right, you took the note on refining the conclusion, and you delivered it very, very powerfully. You also used the presentation motif, 1, 2, and you were probably going to get to 3. I'm sure you were going to get to 3. And like I said, the first start and then that second start, that physical engagement, I felt like you were more excited, and I leaned forward too a little bit. I didn't really think about that, but I noticed that happen. When you lean forward, I lean forward. So I think these silly exercises helped you a lot. What do y'all think? All right, have a seat. Thank you. All right, great work. Great work. I think that worked really well. We got a chance to practice the conclusion framework and think about how you as smart MBA students are gonna give us conclusions. You're not gonna list data, you're gonna give us conclusions. And we also saw some examples of how that eye contact can relate that conclusion to your audience, and how those physicality exercises can avoid distracting movement, and also increase the energy of you as a presenter, and you as a person making that conclusion. So I think we're good for tonight, and we're all set for next week. Do you all have teams for the team graph presentation? You don't have teams?
I have a question.
Yes.
I won't be here next week.
Okay, so you don't want Orlando on your team, for sure. Yeah, so we'll work that out with you, that's fine, but, so you three are a team?
Yeah.
And
We paired up.
you two are a team? Alright, do you two wanna, is that okay? You two wanna be a team? That work for you? Alright, good. Do y'all, does everyone know, and you can watch the video, I give some instructions about how the team graph presentations are gonna work, but it's just a chance to practice the stuff that we're going to learn next week with technical presentations. Between now and next week, you just wanna look at the data that's in the syllabus and think about what insightful conclusion you could draw from that data. And I mentioned that there's an inherent trap in that data, that there's so many interesting things you could talk about. If you fall into that trap, you will just list a bunch of data rather than telling us what it means. So between now and next week, maybe one person could put this in a graph, look at the, pie chart, bar chart, see what, sort of percentage increases, and then maybe you could exchange some emails about what the meaning is, and then you'll have about 15 or 20 minutes at the end of class next week to prepare before you make your final presentation at the end of class next week. So you don't have to watch the video, I just told you everything.
And also next week is the written conclusion is due, right?
Yes, yeah. So do your written conclusion based on the thesis subheading format, and just spend, a little bit of time preparing for this team graph presentation, and you'll still have a little bit of time to finish up at the end of class next week. Alright, great, and if there's any questions, come to me and ask me, otherwise I will see you next week.
The graph presentation.
Yeah, that's not very much. For class participation though, just watch the video and yeah, you can steer your comments a little heavy on the team graph presentation.
No problem.